This should be the final run of this. Get to level 100. Almost there. Seems like you're getting more XP out of this than we used to. And there we go, level 100. All done. Now we get to mess with some ritual stuff. Alright, it's the first time I've ever made it to level 100 with only 2 sleeps on a league start. Last plays 1 day, 22 hours, 9 minutes, 32 deaths. Level 94 to 99 was all pure Cheula Breachstones, and then 99 to 100 was 5 ways. So I'm not going to update the character any more today. Tomorrow I'll give it one more day and juice it as much as I can because I've thrown all my currency into XP rotas. But I did drop some excess nodes to grab atrophy and get this dot multi per chaos res. Have all my awakened gems all leveled up. Today the goal is to mess with a grand design ritual setup. Gonna optimize this Atlas passive tree for that and see what we can do. It's Atlas passive tree setup. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to spec my last point into grand design. This makes all of my small passives on my Atlas do nothing, and I get 1% pack size per notable Atlas passive allocated. So what that's going to do, like all of these small nodes for my rituals, deferring rituals, costs reduce tribute, or the chance for ritual altars, these up here, increased tribute, extra chance for special rewards, all that stuff's not going to work anymore, but all the big nodes will. So since I'm losing the chance to spawn rituals, I came down here and got Sacred Lands, and then every notable passive that I could get outside of speccing into Secular Focus. Pushing down here for this heist stuff, because this was 8 points for 3 notables, whereas 9 points would get me 3 notables elsewhere. Got all this Einhar stuff. So when I spec into this, now all of the small nodes do nothing. Just the big nodes. And then the other big thing I have here is I have Shaping the Valleys. This is going to give me another 10% pack size when I use Fortune Favors the Brave on a map. So this costs 3 chaos. Could roll Ritual. It just picks one of these. Ritual costs 13 chaos. We don't want to spend 13 chaos per map to get Ritual, especially when we're trying to give it the best chance possible of spawning. So I still have the Shrine nodes, and I still have some Strongbox nodes as well. So when I was leveling and doing stuff, I ran a T15 Leyline map that had Sea Witches in it, and across the 4 rituals in there, I saw 10,500 was the best total tribute for a ritual that I got. So the idea here is to see if this strategy can beat that. Then if it can beat that, maybe this might be the best strat for using blood-filled vessels, or the ritual vessels on the altars, to build them with the most number of monsters possible, and then maybe even getting sacrificial dew to get blood-filled vessels. So I don't have enough points for that. I didn't get everything. I didn't do all the Maven invitations or kill Maven or Uber Elder. So let's throw in a map. This one's only got 4 mods on it, so it's not the biggest pack size map ever. And then we run Fortune Favors the Brave. So this has 22 pack size on it. This gives me additional 10. And then here in the drop down, I've got 72% pack size. So I have 40 notable passives on my Atlas passive tree. So we get 72% increased pack size in here. And we're not guaranteed to get rituals though. So I might just have to spam some maps to find that. And no rituals in this map, but all of this, like, look at this massive pack of white monsters. Like, that is what we're creating with grand design. Okay, so this one spawned ritual altars from the Fortune Favors the Brave. So this wasn't a naturally spawning one, but we finally get to see how many monsters in this ritual. And of course I brought Beyond into this. 1815 from the first one. Okay, almost 5k after just 2. From the initial look at this, I think this could be a winner. Yeah, massive pack right here with the boss. Oh, and there's monsters behind it. Okay, with the boss, we're up to 7757. Alright, so first attempt, we got over 10k. Could use that to juice up on ritual splinters to then juice more out of them. I still get 4 rerolls out of this, though they don't cost as cheap as they would if I had my small passives. It wasn't enough for me to get everything I wanted out of like all 4 of the potential rerolls. So this one, after all 4 rituals, I only got 5,700. This was not the best map. Every single one like had lots of blocked off areas. There wasn't as much potential for monsters to spawn as there was in my Dunes map. Okay, so let's try something different and stick to a single type of map. I have 14 Leylines, T15. So going to see what I can get out of these ones instead. Alright, there we go. First one came with a Delirium Mirror, and we have a Ritual. Didn't pull a boss out of this one in the Ritual. 7322 doesn't seem the worst. 7767 on the second one. And I found a Divine to defer. But I still left a reroll on the table. 14 Rusted Ambush Scarabs came out of that map. I feel like I'm learning more about grand design here than I am about rituals. It has lots of small enemies so far, so I think that's kind of what's desired. Yeah, first one, almost 2k. Leyline number 3, ritual comes with a boss one. So before the boss is dead, 5763. The boss is worth 400 tribute. So we get to bring the next one. Oh, this one was loaded. Maybe I should scout them all first and do the most loaded one first. So then all those monsters can come through all of them. 8,800. I'm gonna kick my Divine down the road so I get the extra looks at what's in these. I could just taken it, but it's gonna keep showing up, so there's nothing crazy I want. Probably better to get a look at the next inventory. So I wonder if I use the Blood-Filled Vessel, am I guaranteed to have Ritual in the map? This one also has rocks in it though. Rocks don't spawn as many in the pack. I think that like could have some play in how much I'm getting from these ritual altars, which would lead me to think that the best possible map to farm rituals in like this is Arcade with all of the ribbons, which I think that actually might have been the meta back in Ritual League, though I think it was more because you could use the ritual vessels on rituals that spawned on top of the bosses in the arcade map and then get 2 bosses in it. And then if you did that ritual first, you could fight the map bosses 5 times in the same map. Ooh, this one's lots of enemies. I want to hit this breach. I think, if I recall correctly from Legion League, or not Legion, from Ritual League, if you did a Legion on top of a ritual altar, the monsters from the Legion would get included in your ritual. Ritual League's been quite a while ago, so I don't know how much of that information from ritual still is meaningful in any way. But I'm also not a ritual expert. If there ever was a ritual expert, I think it was probably Cute Dog. Last one yet, 843. Just gonna take my Divine this time. 2931 rogue markers is at 600 to 1, almost 5 chaos worth of rogue markers. While I was farming up currency for my 100 push, a lot of times I found myself taking rogue markers out of here to sell, even though I had heists like hidden. Rogue markers are probably like the best like value item you can pull out. Yeah, based on the reading of this, we use a personal map device alongside a map to add the monsters stored from a previous ritual altar to a ritual altar in that map. So these, when filled, are effectively ritual scarabs. And then you get a bunch more favor. And I think you want to use them on arcade maps. So, seeing that, getting the sacrificial dew 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. Seems like it's probably pretty worth. Yeah, and I can do that if I give up my additional shrine. Okay, so I actually have all of the ritual notables now. This one spawned a shrine on top of the ritual. So obviously the ritual's gonna get more monsters when the shrine spawns there. Another shrine. So I got 8450 coming into the final one. This one's gonna be huge. And there's the blood-filled vessel, and it fills monsters from the Leyline. So that's cool. Alright, 11,650. See lots of mortal fragments in here, but they're expensive. I think it's easier to get them just running the upgraded wall side areas from that Atlas passive tree node. And then there's this, like, that's like 10k house worth of stuff. Lots of Helm enchants show up in here too. Always worth mousing over everything at least. I just see what's here. So with 11k I was able to see all the pages. And while I can attribute the fact that shrines spawned on top of 2 of those to the fact that the number got so high, the shrines are also getting their pack size affected by the grand design. But I think there was a few things at play there. And that's the highest number that I've seen. Always gotta check staffs from fractured stuff. Because if a staff rolls like a +3 spell fractured, I would have hated to leave that on the ground. The packs of Beyond that are spawning in the grand design maps it's crazy. Like, they are enormous packs of enemies. And they spawn more because there's more enemies to kill. Boss? Can we summon the Beyond boss? I have enough damage to actually comfortably kill this thing. This is the first since they've reintroduced Scourges Beyond. And we got 8629. I grabbed a bunch of offerings to the goddess and these vivid jewels out of rituals as well. Honestly, these are nice, like augment regal that and hope you get anything good. That is how I made this jewel. It came out of a ritual, I augmented, regaled it, and now I'm wearing it. Wow, Tainted Fusings are 33 chaos. They must have actually buffed those from last league. That's wild. I think Beyond is on the map device too. I keep getting Beyond showing up all over the place, and it's wild. Right at the beginning of the map, 2.8% chance to drop an additional orb of fusing. I'm gonna get a lot of single drop fusings from this map. Well, there's 3 from the first pack. The one downside of the Eldritch Altars is that they drop the currency in single stacks. Another Beyond boss. Enjoy the Vaal Caustic Arrow, buddy. I spawned rituals in 6 maps. One of them came from Fortune Favors the Brave, and the other ones were naturally spawning. I don't think that spawn rate is the greatest. Some way you could get around that is with Stream of Consciousness. You go to this, you get a 50% more base chance at the extra content. Ritual Altars is on the list. And then since you're blocking so much stuff, you're getting extra chance. So I think adding Stream of Consciousness into this would probably give you like better results as far as farming for the rituals goes. The strong boxes have been good. Like monster pack size of the strong boxes seems to be affected by grand design. The Beyond is insane. You can spawn a business on almost every single maps with this much pack size, because you get the base chance for pack size from Underground Kingdom. It's the last thing I did with grand design. Like, I'm still invested in doing the ritual stuff, but based on what I've seen thus far, I'd probably nix the ritual stuff, grab this increased chance for maps to attract beyond demons, and then or like maybe fiendish opulence as well. Increased quantity of tainted currency. It's in a really awkward spot, but the amount of beyond monsters that are showing up in those maps is insane. So I think I've always known this, that the pack size of the map affects the spawn rate of the altars in the map. So since we have such large pack size, I did a map where I had like 8 altars spawn. Like, I don't have the Shadow of Hunger for the increased chance of finding the altars. I'd probably get that and then continue doing what I was doing, but this one's not the same. You only get a chance at that first one, so I think it's more suited towards Eater of Worlds farming. But the lowest number of tribute that I got in those maps was 7,321. And I've definitely done maps this league with 4 rituals. I finished the map with like 4k tribute. Like that was with all the nodes and everything. I do think the idea works. So let's test it out in an arcade map. Area contains 2 unique bosses as well. So if we get the ritual altar on the boss, there's going to be 4 bosses on there. So I definitely want to check the boss first in this to see if the ritual altar spawns there. And I'm going to put one of these blood-filled vessels in it. Have improved favor rewards, more maximum monsters alive, so we get more out of it with a blood-filled vessel. So why not? Let's do it. And I'm pretty sure you can stack lots of these in here. I'll just use the one. I guarantee that I can get the rituals to show up in the arcade. Okay, nope, here's the ritual altar. Okay, we got it, but I don't pop it yet. We gotta check the boss. Ooh, look at this. 2.6 chance to drop a polished abyss scarab. Let's see how many abyss scarabs I get before I finish this map. And this is altar number 3. Yep, look at this. Oh, it spawned off to the side. It might have escaped some of the bosses. Not all of them, because it didn't open itself yet. If you drag them away from the altar, it'll remove them from it. If I would have pulled them outside of this circle, the ritual altar would have just opened up. So now when I pop this, like this is going to be potentially the most insane like set of rituals you've ever seen. And it should spawn the bosses. Yep, 1, 2, 3, okay, yeah. Yep, it spawned all 4 of them. There we go. So we got 3,700 off the first one. Can I use... Ritual vessels cannot be used in a map opened with a blood-filled vessel. That's good to know. So you have to get them to actually spawn to use the ritual vessels. You're definitely going to want to have capped spell suppression if you're doing this in the arcade maps. But this is also why the arcade map is kind of desired for this. Not only do you get all the ribbons, is you have like normally only 2 of these bosses, but they're simple. They're not going to destroy you to fight them multiple times. 1,700 after 3. Okay, and yeah, this one was loaded with enemies. The 4th ritual is always the craziest one because you're gathering monsters from every ritual you've previously done. $13,108. And binding orbs, some regrets. This one not looking great. A lot more stuff here. +3 Fizz Gem staff. And then yeah, again, like the only thing that jumps out at me of like valuable of taking right here is the rogue markers. Easy. Here we go. Blizzard Crown. Item level 83 Blizzard Crown. 30 chaos. And there's one more reroll. I got a stack of 10 chaos that I still have enough tribute after 3 rerolls to just take that. And then yeah, still not finished with this map. Still got some polished abyss scarabs to grab. The reward I keep looking at is this divination card, which rewards basic currency. I've gotten a Saint's Treasure from this. I've not gotten one of the divine divination cards yet. That's the one that keeps me like wondering, what if? All right, 9 polished abyss scarabs, only worth 1 chaos. It looks like, but it's 9 polished abyss scarabs that I just pulled out of this map because it showed up on an altar, and I'm not spec'd into the altars. It's because of the grand design. I think if that doesn't prove it, I don't know what will for you. Alright, I got one more blood-filled vessel, one more arcade map. We'll do it one more time. It's really cool that you can use the blood-filled vessels to just like guarantee altars. I mean, I bet there's somebody watching right now, and let me know if so. I never even knew what this ritual vessel did before watching this video. It actually makes your rituals way crazier, and you can actually like use 4 of them in your map device, because in Ritual League it was challenged to get bosses from certain maps, Shaper Guardians even and stuff, and then bring the certain collection of these 4 rituals with that had these 4 different map bosses in it, and then bring them in there and then complete all the rituals in that map, having to fight all those bosses in each ritual with all the rare enemies that were spawning and everything. You could do some crazy stuff with this. Doesn't look like we got a boss ritual this time. Yeah, look at all these ribbons. Oh my goodness, this one had a shrine spawn on it. Wow. And why didn't it come to this one first? I didn't scout. We'll do the ritual while the breach is going, because why not? This one's gonna be bigger than the last one, because just the packs of enemies that spawned are just better. Yeah, didn't drag 4 bosses through all the rituals this time, and still just under 14,000. And the blood-filled vessel is only a 20% increase. So if you took 20% off of this, it should show you that Arcade is just an insane map for rituals when you're stacking all this pack size. I think that's the big takeaway from this. I should take these boots. They're rolled kind of nicely. Missing life, but craft life on that. Brimstone treads. Who else has decently rolled brimstone treads in the league? T1 attack speed on a Karui scepter, which is, as for scepters go, has the highest attack speed base of a scepter. Like, this is an amazing weapon. That's crazy. But yeah, that's why it's you gotta look at all this stuff. You never know. Those are my last rerolls, so the big thing here is 4-stack decks. Well, I don't know if I did enough testing to get some like really definitive conclusions on this, but I'd say from what I did do, what I did experience, grand design rituals work. Are definitely better than the rituals you get normally. It's just a matter of getting the rituals to spawn in the first place. And it would definitely be much harder without Sacred Lands. That extra 15% chance helps a lot. Now, if you weren't Grand Design, you could get a much higher chance to spawn rituals, because all of these nodes are 5% chance. So there's a lot of extra ritual spawn chance if you're not doing Grand Design. That's where I'm going to leave this one. I learned some stuff doing this. I hope you learned some as well. But if you enjoyed this video, definitely hit the like button, as it really helps the channel out a lot. Subscribe to make sure you don't miss more videos from me. If you'd like to help support my channel, please consider using the super thanks to the heart icon below the video, or by joining to become a member. And I'll see y'all tomorrow for build guide on Vaal Caustic Arrow Raider. See you then. Cheers.